was not the greatest. Okay, now we have Jaylen Brown. It's a Funko exclusive. 176. This is in better shape than the others. Let's put this in its protective case. Yes, we got a Funko shipment in. We have some sports memorabilia that we just received, but your video game Funko stuff came in, so I have that stuff for you, as well as some video games that you requested. We ordered. Oh, you collect sports as well. Okay. Well, yeah. Let me show you some of the stuff we got. It's Boston sports. I know that we're not in the state of Massachusetts at all, but we do have a lot of, since the Celtics won the championship last year, we have a lot of Boston memorabilia coming in, people wanting to get on the bandwagon. So yeah, I can show you. The first one is the Jason Tatum number 144, and then we have two Jaylen Browns. We have a Funko exclusive where he's wearing a white jersey holding a basketball there. And we also have the same numbered Funko, but he's wearing a green jersey, green variant. So let me put this, yeah, we have these protective cases. They do a very good job of housing these pops, and every one of these if you purchase them, they come in these protective cases. It's a company called Vaulted Vinyl. You can look them up online. You have a hockey player. Now this one's in really bad shape. I'm not really happy with this purchase I made. The box is ripped in the corner. The box is scratched at the top. I'm not really happy, and I forget exactly how much I paid for this, but I got ripped off. But it's Patrice Bergeron. He's retired now. He played for the Bruins his whole career. Throw this in. We have some Red Sox player. Do you like baseball? Yeah, it's Masataka Yoshida. He's a Japanese player that the Red Sox signed to at the time, and still really to this day, very interesting contract. A lot of people what's the word for it? I can't think of the word, but it's when someone, critiques is the best I can come up with. They critiqued the contract a lot, the talking heads, and he's been injured most of his career for the Red Sox. But he came back from the disabled list this year around July or so, and actually did pretty decently. but he's a hazard in the field, so they have him as a designated area. But anyway, we have, yeah, this is in pretty decent shape. He's wearing the white home jerseys. Throw this in. So far, do you see any that you like? Not really? Okay. Well, these, again, I had to put these away anyway. It just caught me in the middle of it. We have some Tom Brady Patriot Pops as well. We have the number 137, the 100th NFL anniversary Super Bowl 53 champion, Tom Brady. And then we also have just a regular Color Rush uniform Tom Brady, number 59. So, add these to the sports collection here. But yes, we do have your Pops in, and your video games that you requested. So let me put these in their protective cases, and get to yours and what you've ordered yourself. Okay. Let me throw these over here. Okay, so let's get to what you wanted. So we got this in. We have the, this is a Funko Target Con 2024 limited edition exclusive. It's also flocked. It is the Shadow and Amy 2-pack. You've requested this. Yeah, this is in brand new condition. One of the edges of the box is a little ripped, or smushed I should say, but other than that it's in pretty good shape. And then we also got in the Dr. Eggman Pop, number 298. So we have that in as well. This is a larger one. Do not have a box for this, unfortunately, but and then the last pop that you ordered, it came with interesting, non-relevant gaming merchandise, but it was free. So, but anyway, let's get to the pop first. You got the Wacky Wobbler Scorpion Funko item. It's a bobblehead of Scorpion. The box on the side is ripped. Actually, both sides are in bad kind of shape. The plastic here is smooshed in. So I'll give you a discount. The way this was sent is not good. On the back here it says, Scorpion leaves behind a gory pile of blood-soaked bodies wherever he goes on his all-consuming mission to mercilessly slaughter his murderer Sub-Zero. This is obviously before the new Mortal Kombat 1 game came out, and the timeline is just completely changed. But what was interesting about the order you placed, the company that I got these items from sent a package of 1991 NFL football scorecards, playing cards, for the 1990 season or the 91 season. So I don't know if we have any rares in here, but this is NFL 91 football young superstars. Oh, you want me to open them? Sure. I'll tell you if they're worth anything or not. Absolutely. Let's open them up. And let's see exactly what's in here. Oh, you were 2000s, so you probably wouldn't have heard of these players. I get you. So right off the bat, I would say that these are not worth a lot, if anything. Yeah, I've never even heard of these players myself. First up we have Nick Lowry. He was a kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. So we have him. Kevin Butler, a kicker for the Chicago Bears. We have a Dallas Cowboys tight end, Jay Novacek. Now, I think I've heard of him. I don't think he's worth that much, though. We have an offensive end, or defensive end, excuse me, for the Lions, Dan Owens. Got him. An outside linebacker for the Cowboys called Ken Norton. Okay. We have a signed autograph card. Inside linebacker Shane Conlon for the Buffalo Bills. Interesting. That's what he looks like. We have a tight end for the Colts, Pat Beach. We have an offensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns, Paul Farron. We have an outside linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Martin. We have a wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, Floyd Dixon. Now here's an interesting position on the football field. There's not a lot of them these days. The last really great one was Mike Allstott, played for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Mostly known for the Tampa Bay Bucks. But we have a fullback for the Cowboys, Tommy Agee, or Agee, I don't know how to pronounce his name. We have a nose tackle for the 49ers, Michael Carter. We have another fullback for the Seattle Seahawks, John L. Williams. We have a running back for the Chargers, Rod Bernstein. We have a fullback for the Packers, Michael Haddix. And then the last card, we have a guard for the Redskins, at the time called the Redskins, they're now the Commanders. But Russ Grimm is the last card in that pack. So these came with them. They're yours to keep. Don't know if they're worth anything. I've never heard of any of these players, except Novacek maybe. And let's go to the games that you ordered. They came in. So first up, we have the NBA 2K25 for the PS5. We have both editions. We have the regular edition with Jason Tatum on the cover, and then we have the WNBA edition variant. This looks to me like it could be Asia Wilson, but I don't know if it's her. But here's what we got. So it says play anywhere, win everywhere. Stack wins, raise banners, and make history in NBA 2K25. Command every court with authenticity and realism powered by Pro Play, giving you ultimate control over how you compete. Play anywhere as you define your legacy in my career, my team, my NBA, and the W. Express your personality with an extensive array of customization options and explore an all-new city where opportunity awaits behind every door. So it says powered by Pro Play. Bring your game to life with Pro Play, immersive technology that directly translates NBA footage into engaging gameplay. Get up close and personal with your favorite NBA superstars and immerse yourself in clutch moments as Pro Play powers the most authentic NBA experience to date. Compete in the city. The city is the ultimate proving ground. Hit the park for some competitive street ball fun and compete at various new venues. Pay homage to legends of the game in my career as you eclipse their milestone achievements and usher in the greatest dynasty basketball has ever seen. Let your talent shine in a bustling city and etch your name among the greats. Build your dynasty. Build a dynasty that transcends eras and redefines what it means to be the best as a general manager in my NBA. Explore the unique challenges that come with overseeing an NBA front office and cherish the ultimate reward of winning a championship or multiple. Choose from 6, including an all-new era, and become the next mastermind to change the game forever. Your My Team, your way. Competition thrives in My Team. Challenge rival lineups with your all-time My Team roster and clash with other elite players in the weekly King of the Court. Go head-to-head and showcase why you deserve to be crowned the best of the best in this exclusive event. Collect new cards, master the fundamentals, and earn great rewards. The goal is winning, but where will you start? Become a WNBA legend. Strive for GOAT status in the W and create legendary moments throughout the course of your career. Honor all-time players past and present as you ascend to the highest tier and etch your name in the record books. Lead the next generation of WNBA stars and take on world-class talent in the W online. So both the same version, just as one has a WNBA cover athlete, and Jason Tatum, fresh off winning the NBA Finals, is up there. And you also ordered 3 different versions of the same game. Do you have all these systems? Oh, you're a collector just like myself, okay. Yes, this is from a limited run. We have the physical copies of Contra Operation Galuga for the Switch, for the PS4, and also for the PS5. Let me see if they're the same. Sounds like it is. Yes. Let's read the PS5 version of the game. Reloaded, reimagined, and reborn. The original Run and Gun series is back. When the Red Falcon terrorist group takes over the Galuga Islands off the coast of New Zealand, elite Contra Commandos Bill Reiser and Lance Bean spring into action, initiating an all-out war in which the fate of mankind hangs in the balance. So it gives you classic run and gun gameplay, 8 explosive stages, epic boss battles, multiple playable characters with distinct abilities, and 4-player co-op action. This is limited run number 95 for the PS5, limited run number 550 for the PS4, and limited run number 230, it says, for the Switch. You wanted all of these as well, all 3 of these? Okay. And you want to take both the PS5, NBA 2K20, okay. Okay, well, any of the sports pops? No, okay. Did you want the Sonic and Mortal Kombat Funko? All 3 of those? Yeah. The Scorpion one I'll give you a deal on because the box is a little bit roughed up. But the other 2 are normal price. Okay. Well, I'll have someone ring you up right down there. Yeah, if you go take a left right by the arcade one-up machines, there's a registry down there. Have one of the employees ring you up. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Okay. What am I gonna do with these pops, these sports ones? To move these somewhere. These are damaged. I'm gonna have to put these in the bargain bin. These tubs here, they're in bad shape. They're sealed. I just don't know why they came packaged defective. And you can't move this protective cover. Just a bad situation. We've got a Sonic one also. It's just not good. Oh, I didn't see you there. Thank you, Gal. Did you have any other questions? Oh, you want to see some of our retro games? Okay. What system did you have in mind? We have pretty much, we have a lot. We have Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, 3DS, Switch. Switch isn't retro, but oh, no Nintendo systems. Okay, yeah, we have Sega, sure. We have Sega Genesis, some Saturn, some Dreamcast. Any particular system? Yeah, we have some PS1 games as well. Okay, you want to see the PS1 games first? Okay. Alright, well there's a bunch. Do you want me to leave, do you want me to give you every game we have, or is there certain genres you just don't want to look at? No sports, okay, I can take those out, that's simple enough. No puzzle, okay. No game shows stuff, alright. Yeah, we do have a lot of, we have pretty much every Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy game for the PlayStation. You saw that over there, okay. And Tetris as well, yeah. Alright, so no sports, no game show, no puzzle, and Mortal Kombat, no fighting. Are you sure you don't want any fighting? Yeah, we've got pretty much every Mortal Kombat game in the history, with the exception of a few of the Master System games that were only released in Japan and Europe. No, you're fine with Mortal Kombat? Okay. So pretty much everything but, so no Mortal Kombat, no puzzle, no game show, no sports. Okay, well, give me a few minutes. Let me go into the back and get the key for the case here for the PlayStation 1, and I'll show you what we got. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so I've gotten majority of the games that we have in the store. Do you want me to just go through all of them? Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Sound good? Okay, well, the only long box well, before I get into that, are you sure, are there any fighting games? You don't want fighting, period, so no Tekken either. I do have one, it's pretty uncommon, but it's the first Dead or Alive. And it was, at least I believe in the United States, it was a exclusive for the PlayStation. It might have been exclusive all over, but no entry, okay. I figured I'd show it to you, but alright, I've taken out, I think, a majority of the fighting and sports. There may be some that are mixed in, but we'll make do. We'll figure it out together, okay? Well, the first up is a long box game, and long box, all that means is that PlayStation games first came out, they came in these. Long boxes is what they're called. It's the Williams Arcade's Greatest Hits. And you have 6 great arcade hits in one package. Robotron, Defender, Defender 2, Joust, Sinistar, and Bubbles. No, okay. Alright, next up, let's go in alphabetical order here. And these are all in protective little cases, so, but But first up, we have one of the first racing games. I think this actually might have been a launch title for the PlayStation. 2 Extreme. And it's basically a competition where you can snowboard, inline skate, mountain bike, and skateboard. It's like extreme games that came out in the mid-90s that were very popular. And this is made by Sony themselves, published by them as well. No, okay. Well, we do have the arcades, the Midway arcade greatest hits, but the Williams you weren't a fan of, so that's what I thought. Okay. We have the second of Midway, the second compilation. Okay, next up we have the Midway Collection compilation. Okay. Now this one's called Arcade Party Pack. And this just has some Midway games as well. We have, here, I'll show it to you here. You got 720 Degrees, Clax, Smash TV, Rampage, Tubin, and Super Sprint. Super Sprint. This one I believe is about, I want to say $10.99. Alright, we'll put that in the maybe pile. Okay. We have another compilation. We have Activision Classics. And the price on here is $6.99. This has 30 Activision games for the Atari 2600. Games like Pitfall and River Raid and Kaboom. No? Okay. Alright. We have one of the first games. Actually, I think this... No, I don't think it was the first, but it was mandatory. It's one of the few, if not the only, mandatory game that you needed the DualShock controller with the analog sticks to play. Otherwise, it would not work with a regular PlayStation controller, but it's Ape Escape. Yeah, the first and only game that takes full advantage of the DualShock analog controller. Game you had to find all the apes that escaped, pretty much. I mean, it sounds pretty easy, but it was very challenging when it came out. This is up there in price. I want to say it's about $30 at least. Okay, we have another compilation, Atari Anniversary Edition Redux. This is $5, and you have 12 Atari arcade hits in here. Anything... just old school Atari games. No, okay. Not off to a good start here, are we? Alright, next up we have one of the classics from Squaresoft, Bito Blade. This was a sword fighting game. Yes, yeah, this is $30. You want this one? Okay. Now we're getting to two very unique games, and unique in the sense of the characters and the music is very Japanese, if you will. But the games, some of the tunes will stick with you, and it stuck with me for 30-something years. Maybe not that long. Let's see, this game, I want to say it came out in 1998. Let's see. Yeah, 1998, so I would have been 14. Okay, so 26 years, close. But we have both Bust a Groove and Bust a Groove 2. And these are expensive. These are $100 each. Yes, very hard to find complete. But yeah, it's basically a dance-off. It's a rhythm game. There's one character named Ham, who's a big fat, big fat character with his stomach hanging out, and his shirt doesn't fit him, and he sings about wanting hamburgers. This takes me back. Hero is a Japanese disco guy. Kitty N. Gasso has a problem with flatulence. Yeah, this is crazy. This takes me back. You know, I don't think I ever played the second one. I really don't think I ever did. But I did play the first. You want both of them? Okay, I can make you a deal on both of these. Okay. Alright, next up. A bunch of games here. Let's see if I can do this without having this fall. Okay, well, do the best we can. Alright, we have, you're a Contra fan, so we have C, the Contra Adventure. Yes, this game is pretty bad. They tried to go 3D with Contra and they just did not do a good job. One of Konami's very rare misfires. But ever since Contra left the 8 and 16-bit eras, it's been a rough time with Contra. Until Operation Galuga, which you just purchased, came out, and that was very, very good. Got great reviews. But you do want this. Okay, this is a $30 game. Alright, then we have Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem game, Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Remember when this game came out, it was bananas. People lost their minds with the risque content, if you will, in this game. No interest in Duke Nukem. Okay. Now we have a Streets of Rage spiritual successor. And Fighting Force. This actually includes a Tomb Raider 3 demo. So I believe the story goes, is this sealed? No. I believe the story goes that Eidos wanted to make a Streets of Rage sequel to 3. And they had Sega's approval, and then Sega at the last second said no. And so they took the game they were making and pretty much created this, Fighting Force. So yeah, this did not do well. It got bad reviews, clunky controls, you know, a whole bunch of different issues with the game. But still, it's an alright beat 'em up. Alright, this changed the game, if you will, for the PlayStation. This was the first racing game that boggled people's minds, and it pushed the PlayStation 1 to its graphical limit. That's Gran Turismo, which I'm sure you've heard of before, even though you're in your early 20s. This was graphically, for the PlayStation at the time, it blew people's minds. Its drawback, though, if you don't have a lot of patience, which I personally don't, it's basically a driving RPG. It's literally what this is. Yeah, okay, you want this one. Good. Alright. This is a sports game, so we'll put this away. It's a baseball one, but do you like mini golf? Or do you like regular golf, but with zany characters? This is sports. But it's one of the best golf games I've ever played, and it's the first Hot Shots golf. Really fun. It's really, yeah, you want this? Okay, yeah, it's a good game. 20 bucks for this one. Alright, we have another compilation package. We have Intellivision Classics, 30 Intellivision games on this little disc here, this CD I should say. Astro Smash is part of this, and baseball, and I know you don't like sports, I don't know why I said that. No? Okay. Alright, we have some racing games. This was Sony's answer to Nintendo's Wave Race, but we have the first and classic Jet Moto, and we also have the much improved Jet Moto 2. In my opinion, is the best in the series of the original three. When Sony turned into 989 Studios, the games just weren't the same, and evidenced by Jet Moto 3, the Game Day football series. You want both of these? Okay, they're 20 each. So do that for you. Okay. Alright, we have a boxing game, Knockout Kings. No interest, okay. What is this? Ooh, this is an expensive title. Yeah. I don't think I bought this. It says $24.99 on here. A pretty good feeling I paid a lot more for this. This is a very, very, very rare title to find complete. But it's Konami Arcade Classics. This is at least a $100 game, I believe. No interest, okay. It seems like these compilation games, unless you don't really care for it, it's okay. Alright, now here's an interesting game from EA, Moto Racer. It's another racing game. You're on motorcycles, okay, and dirt bikes. So, yeah, this is a $15, $20 game. 15? Sure, I'll do it for 15. Alright, next up we have the Namco series, the Namco Museum compilations. And these, the whole set, pretty expensive. Some of them are, oh, thought I saw a spider. Maybe it's a dead one. I think it is a dead spider. Thought it was alive. Yeah, it's one of the issues in having a ground floor building, like ground floor. You get the spiders and the bugs. So we have the first two Namco games here, the compilations, but you don't want them. Okay, well, let me do this. Let me throw Namco 1 and 2 up here, and then we have these. Okay, let me get these out of the way here. 3, 4, and 5. And then we have some sports you don't want. Now, this is an underrated game. It's Ninja Shadow of Darkness. It's from Eidos. I loved it. A lot of magazines, when they reviewed the game, didn't give it that great of reviews. I really like this game a lot. It's sort of like a beat-em-up adventure, but it's really good game, from what I can remember. So, enter the mystical world of Kurosawa, the young ninja, as he fights his way through 11 levels of puzzles, baddies, and bosses with dozens of fighting moves, weapons, and magic spells in this third-person action arcade game from Eidos Interactive. I'm telling you, here's what I'll do. You're buying a lot of stuff. I'm going to throw this game in for free. I promise you'll love it. Okay. Next up, let's see what we have here in this pile. Alright, we have PacMan World. Now this just got re-released on the PlayStation 4 and I believe 5. But it's the first PacMan adventure game for the PlayStation. So you can buy this, unless you really want one for the PS1, you can buy it pretty cheap. For the PS4, $20 or so, I think, nowadays. We have Pong. This game is $5. No interest in Pong. Okay. We've got, now this is an interesting game, and it's a very good one. And I know I critiqued 989 Studios a lot recently when I told you that once Sony went to 989 as a branding name, the quality went down. But this was an interesting game, Running Wild, and it's basically a racing game, but you are animals and you're running on your own 2 feet. There's no cars, there's no hovercrafts, there's nothing like that. It's strictly running on your feet as animals. So there are different characters. You have a bull, a panda, a zebra, just some of them. And yeah, this is a good game. It's 20-25 bucks for this one. Okay. Next up we have the classic Silent Hill. This is $250, just so you know. $250, but this is where the Silent Hill series started, right here in this game. So we got that. What else do we have here? Some of these you may not care about. Ooh, now this is a game that I can't throw it in for free. It's expensive, but it's very, very wacky. Have you ever heard of the TV series Wallace and Gromit? It's a British TV series with claymation. Okay, you have. Not a lot of people have. Well, the Netherworld, or the Netherhood, excuse me, they're the ones that really, they created pretty much that series, and the same people who created Wallace and Gromit created this game called Skull Monkeys. And it's an action platformer, but it is some of the most iconic music and just zany story that you've ever seen. It's a $100 game, but it's worth every penny. As crazy as that may sound. Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah, we'll see if we can get you a deal on this. Okay, as we continue, maybe. We'll see how it all plays out here. All right, here's another racing game from EA. This time you're on a. Is this EA? Yeah, Sled Storm. And this is you're on a snowmobile. All right, now we have fighting collections. The Street Fighter collection 1 and 2. No interest. Okay. Figured I'd let you know though. Alright, next up we have another EA racing game. This time you're on a skateboard. Street Skater, and it's pretty much EA's answer to Tony Hawk at the time, but they were two totally different games. Although Street Skater in its own right is a pretty decent skateboarding game. Okay. We have Sony's answer to Metal Gear Solid with the first siphon filter with Logan. What's this guy's name? Gabe Logan, yep. If you like Metal Gear Solid, you're going to like this. You want this? Okay. It's about 20 bucks for that. Alright, next up. Okay. Now I told you about Ninja Shadow of Darkness. I'm also going to tell you about this game. This is what they would call a hidden gem for the PS1. It's from Activision. It's Tai-Fu, Wrath of the Tiger. You're a tiger, you learn ancient martial arts from all these different animals, and you literally, it's a beat-em-up action-adventure game, and it's great, and I love it. So, decent game right here. It's about $30 for Tai-Fu. Alright, very classic game, Tenchu. Okay, another brilliant game from Activision. This is a $30 game. We have sports. So that's a no. And then we have some wrestling. Any interest in them? No, WWF at the time. Now it's obviously WWE, but back then it was a WWF. No WCW. No. So yeah, so we have Attitude. We have Smackdown, the first one, which I loved, by the way. I thought it was awesome. And Warzone, which is also a classic from Acclaim. And then we have another one of my favorite games, because I'm a huge X-Files fan. We have the original X-Files game for the PS1. Now, I want to say that this game also came out for the PC, but this may be a different one from the PC one. I don't remember. But it was basically another X-Files episode. And it was, from what I remember, pretty wacky, pretty zany. So, yeah, I recommend this. It's 4 discs. It was a long, long, long game. But yeah, I would, all the David Duchovny, Gillian Anderson, Mitch Pileggi, Krychek was in this game. So, yeah, it's a $20 game. And then the last game we have that's maybe up your alley, it's an action-adventure game. It's Zena, Warrior Princess. Now this differs from the N64 game. The N64 game was a fighting game. This is an actual action-adventure game. So, and it has its flaws. Controls are a bit weird. Camera angles are a bit bad, but it's still a decent game for what it is. The Hercules game only came out for the N64, but the Zena game came out for both PlayStation and N64, but 2 different games completely. So what do you think? Okay, so you want the Gran Turismo, you want the Silent Hill. Okay, you want Skull Monkeys, I'm throwing in Ninja, Tai-Fu you want, Running Wild you want, Skull Monkeys. Was that it? Obviously the Pops. Okay, well, yeah, I'd say $350 for everything. How's that sound? Pops are, no, the Pops would be about $100, so $450 for everything. Yeah, you're getting Silent Hill by itself is $250. So you're getting for an extra $100, you're getting Gran Turismo, Skull Monkeys, which is $100 by itself, Running Wild, Ninja, Tai-Fu. You're making out the 2 Jet Motos. I'll give you a bundle deal for $25. How's that? Okay. So have you paid for the Pops yet? No, you came back. You wanted to see the PS1. I get you. Now you also mentioned Sega titles or Sega games. Next time. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're spending almost $500 here, so yeah, makes sense. Off the top of my head, we got a lot of different games. We have, obviously, sports, which you're not a fan of, but I know I have the Shenmue series for the Dreamcast. I have Ready to Rumble, the boxing. Sports fan or not, you gotta buy that. It's a fun game, fun little arcade boxer. Some wacky guest characters. Saturn got some really cool stuff. Yeah, you just have to come back and take a look. We are open every day except Sunday, and the hours are 10 to 6 every day. The best time to come to be able to get some time alone and personalized service would be about 5:15 or so. That's when things start to die down. Yes, we do have the Madden that just came in, Madden 24, yep. Yeah. Madden 25. I thought you didn't like sports games. Oh, you're a Madden fan. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I would have given you some Madden games for the PS1. No. Yeah, they're outdated, but still, there's some decent ones. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Yes. One of my employees will ring you up right by us, the arcade one-up machines, yeah. Give us a few minutes. I'm going to box these up, put them away nice and neat for you, and see if I can get you a box for the Pops as well. Yeah. Thank you as well. Nice. See you soon. Alright, now I gotta find a box for this guy.